Hey guys, I'm Larry the Butcher. I'm at one of my favorite places, Dufferin Islands in Niagara Falls, Ontario. I just thought about it, and Dufferin Islands is kind of like Canada's Central Park. Well, the Niagara Park as a whole is like Canada's Central Park. And I know Stanley Park in Vancouver would be offended or take issue with it. And I'm sure there's parklands in Toronto that would take issue, in Montreal. But what we have here is, in about an hour's drive, 10 million people. And they can all come here, centrally, like Central Park. So what I thought I would do is, let's go look at the falls. Squirrel! So if you watched my first Dufferin Islands video, this is about as far as I went. That building behind me is the Toronto Power Building. It's 110 years old. It's semi-condemned. You're not allowed on the property. I know many people that have had wedding pictures taken here. And it's really beautiful. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I heard that the floor is caved in because the water intakes went here, and then the gates, the end gates, were underneath Niagara Falls. That's where you do the journey under the falls now. I think it's such a beautiful building that they really should do something with it. A grand ballroom, an opera hall, concert hall, art museum. There's so much like turn of the last century construction here on the Parkway. That's a shame if you just let it sit. There's another building here. Canadian Niagara Power was the last. It made 40 hertz electricity, so 40 cycles per second. Our electricity today is 60 cycle. They say 100 cycle is better, but I don't want to be too expensive to them to actually change everything. Up until like 20 years ago, it only had one customer, and I think it was DeFasco in Hamilton. Now what we're going on now is new. Oh, it was an off of some sort. This walkway wasn't here 2 years ago. It is a really neat vantage point. Like Niagara Falls is like 300 meters that way. Sorry. It's okay. Thank you. Okay. Now it's going to get wet. We're right at the falls. Check that out. Okay guys, there it is, Niagara Falls. What I do know about Niagara Falls is about 100 million years ago it started about 14 kilometers that way. And the geology of the rocks underneath the riverbed was such that it eroded away. And they say that in a matter of hours, it came to within the other side of the American Falls. And over the course of, I don't know, a few 100,000 years, it's made its way to here. The falls looked a little bit different 200 years ago when Europeans first saw it. And it'll continue to look different. I suppose at some point the garbage, the rubbish scow that's over there will go over. Or disintegrate. It'll probably disintegrate first. And then all of this will go and it will creep towards Fort Erie. So the building I'm under right now is the Table Rock House. And the Table Rock House now is this massive complex with shops, restaurants, Tim Hortons. I think it's how you get to the walk under the falls. The original building is somewhere here. To what extent, I have no idea. But it's kind of, let's see if we can get in. My dinner tonight is going to have a better view. Hi, extra large French vanilla? Excuse me, please. Thank you. Got about an hour before I gotta pick Grace up. What I want to show you is about 3 minutes that way, and then it's about 20-minute walk back to the truck. I should be able to make it. So that's Nikola Tesla. Probably the smartest person that's ever won. Do you like watching this video? Do you like using your cell phone? Do you like having electric appliances? It's thanks to that guy. Let's see if we can get that. Nikola Tesla was born to a Serbian family in the village of Smiljan, Croatia. He was a brilliant child who, when only 12 years old, upon seeing a lithograph of Niagara Falls, declared that one day he would put a wheel under it and power the world. Working with George Westinghouse, Tesla made use of alternating electrical current, a practical and efficient system for delivering power. The power plants in Niagara Falls were based on his inventions. The first of these new plants began generating energy in 1895, and his technology is still at work today. Nikola Tesla was credited with hundreds of inventions in his lifetime, but it's his work on electricity that harnessed the force of Niagara Falls and forever changed the way we live. He tried to invent wireless electricity. It's all around Facebook, just Google it. And JP Morgan was funding it and pulled the plug on that when he realized that there was no way to charge customers at the time. You can do it now. There's no doubt you could do it now. Create wireless electricity and do it now. Whether there are side effects from radio waves. Because, you know, no one ever talks about radio frequency in your brain anymore from cell phones. That's weird. Got a funny story for you. On Wednesday this week, just passed, Aaron and I went over to Niagara Falls, New York, in the Seneca Niagara Casino. And we donated $40 each to the cause. That's not the funny part. The funny part is, we go over and I have my passport and she has hers. And I got my passport like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was hovering around 265, 270. Managed to get myself down since I started that Project 180, which you haven't heard a lot of lately. I got myself down to about 2.25. So the border agent's looking at the passport, he's looking at me, and he's looking at the passport, and he's looking at me, and he's looking at the... season, wabbit season, wabbit season. I'm no threat to you. Not today, anyway. See what I mean by that Central Park feeling? Let's be totally immature for a second. It's only flowing water.